Alright, so our next video in Photoshop 101 is going to be the Lasso Tool. The Lasso Tool has a hotkey of L, so when you press L, it's going to open up your Lasso Tool. For this video, I just downloaded a image online. It's just a bunch of silhouettes of people. To put that into Photoshop, there's a few different ways to do it. You can literally just drag it from your desktop into Photoshop, and it will place it inside your image. It'll have this giant X through it. You can resize it here if you want. If you're happy with the sizing, you can just hit enter and it will place it inside your image. You can also go to File and Import. No. You can go File and Place Embed and select the file that you want. So we'll go ahead and select this and hit place, and it will also place it inside there. Easiest way, just drag and drop it. No need to do the file, place, embed. It's extra steps that you don't need. So we'll go ahead and delete the second one that I put in there. So we just got this one. So with the Lasso Tool, it works very similarly to the Marquee Tool. It just lets you get a little bit more defined areas that you're selecting, so you can pinpoint a little bit better than just having a rectangle or a circle that's going around something. You can use this tool to delete things. You can use this tool to copy things. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to show you how to copy something. So with the first Lasso Tool selected, not the polyagonal lasso or the magnetic lasso, we're just going to use the regular Lasso Tool. Just draw an outline around whatever you're trying to cut out. It's a continuous free draw, so you can draw whatever shape or size you want. When the two ends meet, it will put the little dotted lines around it. And then all you do when the dotted lines are around it are hold Control Alt and J, and it will create you a new layer. That new layer, we can then just hide the old one, and the only layer we have there is the little man. So we've got the man, we cut him out perfectly, let's go ahead, we're going to go ahead and hide the background layer. I'm going to show you how the next little section of the Lasso Tool works. So if we hide the background, we'll hit Z. Z is going to be your hotkey for zoom, which is the very last thing here. Up at the top, you've got zoom in, zoom out, and then you also have these fill to screen or fit to screen, which will change. It'll fit to your entire canvas, but we're going to zoom in just a little bit on this man. So we'll zoom in so that way he's a little bit bigger and you can see. When you use just the Lasso Tool and you trace around the exterior, if it's not a PNG, if it doesn't have a transparent background, you're going to also copy part of the background of whatever color it is, that whatever's there. This obviously isn't going to work if we wanted to put this on a different color background than white. On white, you can't tell that it's there, so it's not a big deal. So how do we eliminate all of this white space? We can go to the Lasso Tool, right click it, and go to polyagonal lasso. This is a little bit more of a methodical method. Or a tedious method. You've got to actually put the work into it and the time into it. But essentially, this lasso will draw you straight lines with every click. So you can literally click around the shape that you want to be cut out, and it will draw around that body. I'm not going to do the entire thing because it's going to take me forever to do it. In my little software that I have, I don't have the little speed up for it, but we'll click a little bit and you can kind of see. Now this isn't the best way to do this, but it's one way that you can cut out a shape. I find that this is pretty good when you're dealing with like hair and other things like that. You know, it is definitely a longer process to do these things. So say we just want to cut it there, we just want a little bust of the guy. so we've got it there. We've got them connected. We've got that little section. Now we can hold Control Alt and J, make another copy of that layer, and then we'll hide the first layer. So now we've cut out all the white from around the guy's head. There's little sections in here where you can obviously still see the white. It's not a super great tool to use for this purpose, for cutting out like a silhouette or something, but that is one method, one option to do it. The last tool will be the magnetic lasso tool, and what that does is it kind of finds a smart edge of your shape. So you literally just click and you can drag, and the lasso tool itself will find the edges and cut those out. Again, it's not super precise. You can make it more precise by modifying and changing these settings up here, but it's not really a tool that I use. I just want to go over in these Photoshop 101 tutorials on how everything works, so that way you get an idea, then you can make a decision for yourself on what you think you would like to use. But the magnetic lasso tool, the lasso tool, and the polyangle lasso tool, out of these three, I use the middle one the most, but it's not used nearly as much as other things. So that's the lasso tool. The next section we're going to go into is we're going to go into the magic wand tool, and then the other things that are inside this layer. This tool is used actually quite a bit by me. It makes things a lot easier, and on removing things, removing backgrounds, removing certain aspects of designs and things like that. So that'll be the next section we'll jump into, and we'll go from there.